ॐ ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भा शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमा अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहि तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रीहरिं परमानंदम उपदेष्टारमीश्वरम् व्यापकं सर्वलोकानां कारणं तं नमाम्यहम्। In the last class, verse number 39, we discussed the topic that was started from verse number 17 onwards, that is called Atma, Anatma, Viveka. And while discussing this Jiva Swarupa Lakshana, up to 38, we saw that Atma is different from sthūla śarīra. And 39, it highlighted that Atma also is different from sūkṣma śarīra. That was being taught as liṅgaṃ śarīra. So liṅgaṃ means here indicator, through which we are able to understand the life, the existence of life. And interestingly, even though Ādi Śaṅkarācārya does not write, does not say, we have to add that Atma also is different from karana-sariram too. So what is the difference between this sūkṣma śarīra and karana-sariram? So sūkṣma śarīra and karana-sariram relationship is like we say karya-karana sambandha. So karya-karana sambandha, vyakta-avyakta sambandha. So these are the terminology we use. That means one is a product, other one is the cause. Karya-karana sambandha relationship. Vyakta, avyakta. So one is in manifestation condition, vyakta, avyakta, that which is not manifested, on manifestation. Now, this karana-sariram, also not Atma, because karana-sariram goes through, gets resolved in pralaya. Remember this point, technical point. The fall of physical body is called death. Or you can say the content, when changes the container, that is called birth. Clear? Leaves one container, goes to another container. Now, here, what is that content? The content is the mixture of sūkṣma śarīra and karana śarīra. So the package that is being made, both sūkṣma śarīra and karana śarīra, that keeps traveling, number one. And interestingly, all sūkṣma śarīra get merged to karana śarīram, like ornament gets merged to the gold. Now, this karana sariram, again, what happens? Goes to on manifestation condition in pralaya. Pralaya means when total destruction happens. That's why we say the creation perennially continues. So you don't have to really bother much. That's why in Hinduism, especially people don't bother much. Do you know why? Don't worry. Nothing is going to happen to this creation. If this creation, because if you think something will happen to this earth, something will happen to your country, but nothing will happen to this universe, this creation. Remember this. Because if one dwarf star gets destroyed, don't worry, there are many new stars will be born. However, let us not drag too much. That is not our point. So point here is that Atma is different from both sthūla and sūkṣma śarīra. Interestingly, he wanted to highlight why especially Atma is different from this liṅgaṃ śarīra, sūkṣma śarīra. He gives 6 points. So in the verse itself, you can see. So first he says that liṅgaṃ śarīra or sūkṣma śarīra is cānekasaṃyuktaṃ. So cānekasaṃyuktaṃ means what? So it has many parts, consisting of many parts. Whereas Atma is partless. Number one. Number two, here he says, look, this liṅgaṃ śarīra is calaṃ. So calaṃ means that which keeps moving, unstable ityartha. So there is instability. Whereas Atma is stable, immovable. So again, there is difference. Third one says, it is dṛśyaṃ. So it is an object of seeing, object of experience. So do you experience your mind or not? Whether you experience or not, everybody, other people experiences, okay, your mind. So especially when you are angry, so everybody understands, the person is angry. So then it says, look, that is dṛśyaṃ, whereas Atma is the seer, the experiencer. Then the next one, it says, look, it is vikāri. So vikāri means vikāram, the one who goes through changes, means it is changeable. Thank God. Whereas Atma is avyākari, avyākaram, because there is no vikaram, there is no change at all. In fact, then it says avyāpakam, it is limited in nature, whereas Atma is sarva-vyāpakam, it is all pervasive. Then it says final one, asadrūpaṃ. So the nature of liṅgaṃ śarīra is non-existence, means non-existence. When it's non-existent, when it says, means its existence depends upon some other thing. So don't look at asadrūpa means with that which doesn't exist. That is how the Buddhism started talking, okay? However, whereas Atma is sadrūpam, it is self-existence. So looking at all these things, now how this Atma is different from liṅgaṃ śarīra, and of course finally is different from what called as karana-shariram. So while discussing this thing, now says, look, there is a possibility. This is a very crucial point he wants to arrive at. The point is that, look, I understand Atma is different. Now, if Atma is different from this gross body and subtle body, that means I am having Atma, you are having Atma, each one is having different Atma. So there is endless Atma. Can you see this point? Because you said that Atma is different from subtle body, causal body. Okay, I understand. I don't have any issue. Now there can be a problem that there are innumerable of Atmas, innumerable of consciousness. So that's why what I need to do, I need to transcend, okay, level of consciousness. Is it so? So this what transcendent comes, okay, from here. It's not like that, okay. That's why to remove that, he says, look, it's not like that. Verse number 40, please. Evam dehaduyat anyam anya atma purusha ishvara sarvatma sarvarupascha sarvatito hamavyayah. Says, look, actually, when you talk about in this manner, evam, in this manner, thus, dehodvayat anyah atma iti. The atma anyah iti. The self, the consciousness is different from dehadvaya, from two bodies. So we have to include one more body called Kajala body 2. So it is different from all the three bodies. But there can be different. It says no. That Atma is called Purushaha. So Purusha don't translate as man, okay? Purusha Stri. So Purusha means Puri Shayanat. The one who lives in all the body. That's why it is called as Ishwaraha. Again, is what uses Ishwaraha. So Ishwara means what? The Lord of everything. So that means it tries to bring now two aspects. Then he says, look, not only that, Sarvatma Sarvarupasya. These two words very carefully brings to explain Ishwaraha, which in fact we saw in the Mangalacharana in the first verse itself. Because we never compromise this aspect. Ishwaraha means whenever you say God, it means it has to be both intelligent and material cause of the universe. Or else what will happen? In the name of God, in the name of religion, there will be violence. That's why always I say, no religion has spread ever in this universe without violence. Give me a single religion name that has spread, expanded without violence. Impossible. However, let us not get into too much controversy. Why it happens? That's why we use one of the virtue that Ishvara Puja. So when a person starts worshipping, relating with Ishvara, one thing has to happen that is called daya, the compassion. If you say you are worshipping Ishvara regularly, you are worshipping God regularly, but there is no compassion in you, you are cruel, that cruelty, increases. What does it mean? It means either the process of puja that is wrong, or the concept of Ishvara that is wrong. If the concept of Ishvara that is both material and efficient cause, then the daya, the compassion has to, come, and it has to really visible. It has, there is no choice. It has to be visible. However, what he wants to highlight here is that Ishvaraha is Sarvatma Sarvarupascha. So Sarvatma means, so that is the self, that which exists in the self of each one of us, that is in us. Chaitanya Rupena, Pratibimba Rupena, as in the form of consciousness. But at the same time, it is what? Sarvarupasya, in all forms. So that means both efficient cause and material cause is being taught. And also it brings the word called Sarvatitaha. So Sarvatitaha, many translations, in fact, including this book I was looking at. So Sarvatitaha, transcendenting everything. So how to transcend? Eh? And you know, there was a meditation also, okay? In your meditation, you must transcend everything. Please, God's sake, don't translate anywhere this atitaha as a transcendent, okay? It's a wrong translation. So, atitaha, we translate very carefully, this is a very technical term, is unaffected. So, it is to be translated as, it is not affected by anything. Sarvatitaha. So, unaffected by everything. So, that means what? It is never goes through anything. That is called Sarvatitaha. So, whereas if you say, oh, it is a transcendental, that means what? So he has got his own problem. However, he says, look, not only that, aham, that me is avyaya. So this me, who is called common person as ego, as an individual, actually same I, the aham, is what really avyaya, that which does not go through change. Vyaya rahitaha. There is no destruction at all. That's why you can see very carefully when you are not feeling challenged. So what is challenge? Just I'm psychologically a little bit dragging here. So what is it? When do you feel challenged? When your existence is not supported. Correct? When your existence is not supported. So what is your existence? Your imaginations, your confirmation, or your thinking. So whatever you think about yourself, starting with family. So in your family, you think you are everybody, you are everything. Because of you, the family is running. Because you have been bringing up, you are the head of the family, you are doing everything. Now children started growing up. Now children, I am not bringing wife or husband, okay? So less controversy. So children started growing up. So when children started growing up, they also started earning money a little bit. They understand, what did you do? Who are you? Now your existence is being challenged. Because earlier when you used to come to home, hey, Papa, so everybody used to know, make you feel good. Your existence was being accepted, approved, acknowledged. Now what happens? Now your existence is no more visible. Then what happens? Do you feel challenged or not at home? That's why every man at the age of 50, they want to run away from home and want to stay outside home, okay? Only they come for food and sleep. Sometimes they eat outside and come to sleep, okay? Let me not get into again. What I'm highlighting here is that, so when you are being challenged, so there is insecurity, this aham becomes, this ahankara, the ego becomes very strong. That's why we say, whenever you are challenged, or I would rather say, whenever you are insecure, that time you feel challenged. So any moment you feel challenged, not because of anything, because you are unstable, because you are insecure. Is it clear? And why you are insecure? Because you feel you are subject to change, or you are going to go to the destruction, or your existence itself is in a challenge. Whereas when one understands aham avyāya iti, so that means there is no destruction at all. Even if this partial destruction or visibly destruction that happens, that is nothing but change. It is exactly like, remember, if I do not lose the tooth, childhood time, okay? Remember. So a child, when he loses the tooth, how much cries? It will be no shaking, but will be holding on. How difficult. But unless the child loses that teeth called milk teeth, can the child get the new tooth? New tooth. So in order to get the new tooth, the child has to lose the old tooth. So that losing is not losing. In fact, every loss brings a gain. But what happens to all of us? Whenever we lose something, we hold on to the loss, but we never appreciate or look at the gaining part. So here is being said very nicely that this deha, so this atma is different from this both bodies, and of course third body called this karana sariram, and also sarvatitah, also avyayah iti. Now, while discussing this thing, now Ādi Śaṅkarācārya wants to really gets into a different mode. We'll be seeing 41 tomorrow, but let me introduce a little bit. This is a new topic. So far, we were talking about Atma and Anatma. So, there is Atma, also there is Anatma. So, what is Anatma? So, Anatma is nothing but this universe, everything. That which is visible, that is Anatma, and that which is the substratum, the content, is called Atma Itya. Now, when you say Jiva, that Jiva or the individual, is it Atma or Anatma? So this Atma is the mixture of Atma and Anatma. We have discussed also this carefully in 15th chapter. That's why 15th chapter will help you a lot to understand this concept. So this Dvaita Bhava comes. So when you say Jiva, individual, we discussed this example. With this example, hope you will be able to understand. Now, the dark room where sunlight cannot fall. Now you take the help of a mirror. Mirror receives the sunlight. Now there is a reflection. You adjust the mirror in such a way. Now the light falls inside the dark room. Now let us say this point. This reflected light, does it belong to sun or does it belong to mirror? Can you see this point very carefully? The reflected light, that beam, Does it belong to the sun or does it belong to the mirror? So if you say it belongs to sun, okay, I am taking away my mirror. So let it happen, let it continue. Will it happen? Will it continue? Okay, well, maybe it belongs to mirror. Okay, thank you. If it belongs to mirror, will it happen in the night? If it belongs to mirror, so that means throughout the day and night, every time it should reflect. It should generate. Does it reflect or generate? So that means the light that is being reflecting neither belongs to sun completely nor belongs to what? Anatma called mirror. Atma anatma. Okay. So this is the mixture of Atma Anatma, sun and mirror. Is it clear? So also the jiva, the individual, is the mixture of both Atma and Anatma. Because why we look at? Because logic comes here a lot. Tarka we have to bring. Because to study Vedanta, one need to have free mind. If your mind is occupied, I'm not talking about completely free, relatively free at least, okay? My Vedanta will not work. So that's why what people study Vedanta little bit here and there and create a package and do whatever they want. So for studying Vedanta, we need a relatively free mind. In fact, we need a smart mind, intelligent mind. We bring Tarka Shastra a lot in the Vedanta class because of this reason, so that you understand your logic or your habitual logic does not take over you. Because if you observe yourself, what are your habitual logic? All your habitual logic is related to insecurities. Especially present day, all these YouTuber. So present day YouTuber makes reel. What sort of reel? How to become popular or how it should be viral. Like one lady I was watching one thing. So now new prayer. Earlier prayer was what? Let us say in our days, the prayer was, I should, all the girls used to pray, I should have a good husband, good family. Okay, that was, a prayer. So in between prayer came, if God you appear, all these girls, I can eat anything and everything, but at the same time, I should not become fat. But nowadays, prayer has changed. So new generation, this present generation prayer is, girls' prayer is, oh God, give me that husband. The husband should do everything and I should be busy in creating reels. And he should support me in creating reels, okay? And I am not telling you jokes. That thing has become a viral. So that's why I brought this called YouTuber, okay? So they talk that what people like to listen to. So basically, Joker also can become president or head of a country. And if Joker becomes head of a country, what happens to the country? You know better. Not only that country gets affected, whole world also gets affected. However, let me not get into politics. So that's why here is being said that you need to have logic. And so that Shastra supported logic, so that your habitual logic must not take over you at any given time. Because your habitual logic directly or indirectly connected and supported by your insecurities. With this, we'll stop. We'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamitam Purnaha Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadara Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, all of you.